Hey everybody, just wanted to hop on, say good morning to all of you. Good morning to the Legion. It is 7:30 a.m. Tuesday, October 15th. I'm getting ready to start a long work day, and after that I probably got 8-9 hours of driving to do. That's what happens when you have kids and you have to drive across the state to go pick them up. So that's going to suck. So I'm not going to be able to shoot a video tonight, so I figured I would just knock one out this morning, let you guys know that not going to be around. I had a subscriber I was going to do a video for tonight on the Flip DS and 3DS emulation and showcase the games he wanted to see. Q, I apologize, not going to be able to do that tonight, but first thing tomorrow I will be working on it and hopefully have it released by tomorrow evening. Update on the editing stuff. Got a couple editing programs. Fuck that. Okay. Yeah, I am god awful at editing. I made a whole 30-minute video that I wanted to release on a certain game, and nope, not gonna happen. Not even now. I'm so frustrated with it. I don't want to release that video. I'll reshoot it. So I got other editing software I'm going to try. But this morning I wanted to revisit an old handheld of mine. I've showcased this before, probably on my TikTok channel. I doubt I've done it here. This is the Anbernic RG300x. This is a lot older. Okay, this device, I don't know, 5+ years older. All right, now I got one because it resembles the Game Boy Micro. I never had a Game Boy Micro, but I kind of like the design and the feel of this. I wanted to try it out, so I got one of these. You can get them fairly cheap now, under $50. There is just about every option out there that's better than this right now. Because of the age of it, it just doesn't hold up at that price point. I mean, go get a V10 for $38 and it smashes this one. However, if you like the Game Boy Micro, aesthetic, and you want to add to your collection and you have the money to burn, why not? They come in this black and silver, or you can get the old Famicom color style, that maroon and gold. Now, a couple things about this device, and I'll do a quick walkthrough. There is nothing special about it that I can say. There's nothing that makes it doesn't have the best of anything. The screen is mediocre. The buttons are mediocre. D-pad's just okay. Everything about it is just mid-range, There's nothing really awful about it, but there's nothing that stands out. And because of its age, it definitely doesn't have the best of anything. So buy this just to add to your collection if you like this kind of look, if you want that Game Boy Micro thing. Quick walk around the device. You got your D-pad that is okay. You got your face buttons that are a little squishy, kind of got some travel to them. They're okay. Build quality is good. You got your screen, little 3-inch guy there. It's okay. You got your start and select button here with the little LEDs behind it, just like the Micro. They're oddly placed, and sometimes you end up hitting that edge above it instead of the actual start or select button. Then you got your shoulders up here, your LR, L2, R2. You got your two USB-Cs. You got your, your on-the-go, your charging's over here. You got your HDMI out, which I don't remember if that actually works on this device. Over here, you got your volume rocker. Down here, you got your SD card slots. You got that spot that has nothing in it. It's actually just covered by a piece of plastic, and then a 3.5 jack. So that's kind of annoying, but I get they did it so it matches. So sometimes I'll find myself trying to plug something into that, and there's nothing there. It's just a blocked off hole. And on this side, you got your power button. So, and on the back, whoa, you got your Anbernic labeling, model number, and all the other info that no one ever reads or cares about. So there's no grip on the back. It's just a smooth surface. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad to hold on to and use. So let's jump in. You're going to max out around PS1, and not even all of PS1 is going to perform very well because of how old this device is. But it'll do most of it. I'm not even going to talk about N64. Most of the handhelds I have can run N64, and any of you that are into these devices or just getting into it and you're like, I love N64, so I want one of these devices to play it, it's not a good experience. N64 wasn't meant to be played on these devices. Not that they can't, they can, and there's a lot of them that can do everything on N64. It's not comfortable. It's not a good experience, okay? It's not something you want to do. I've tried to play through N64 games on a handheld. It sucks. It's uncomfortable. It makes you not want to do it. So avoid these for that, okay? And I know some people out there are going to argue with me on that and say, but it's so great and it runs so good. Yeah, that's bullshit. It's like the whole pocket test. I'm not going to pocket test a handheld because I paid enough for it. I'm not going to stick it in my pocket and let it get scratched up, all right? I know I do that with a phone, but that's what that's for. These have cases. I could throw them in a bag. I can leave them at my office. Not doing it. So you'll never see me do a pocket test because I think that's stupid. So, anyway, this is Star Ocean, second story, PlayStation 1. Runs great on here. And I might actually sit here in my office for the next 8-9 hours and randomly play through this because I've never fully played through this one. So, it's a good game, though. There you can see for PlayStation, just bam, and we're right here. Mainly, I get devices like this for Game Boy Advanced. The best Game Boy I had when I was younger was a Game Boy Pocket. I never had a color, never had the Advanced, the SPs, none of that, and I missed out. When I figured out how big the game library for GBA was, I was taken back. I couldn't believe it. So lately I've been stuck on GBA, like going through the just massive amount of games that they have for it. And if you've never really looked into it, take the time to do that because you're going to realize there are some underrated, just amazing games for GBA. It's a complete, almost ignored genre of games. I mean, I know people cover it, and I don't mean ignored like that. I mean, it's not as loved as it should be. So take your time, look at it. I mean, I do love these older games a lot. So... Now, of course, I'm old enough to have played a lot of these when they were new. You know, I was around when this stuff launched. Let's see here. Anyway, that's GBA. You get the idea. There's not much to do on this. I can't, like, showcase the upper limits because we're looking at the upper limits of it. One thing I did want to talk about, since it does come in two different color variants, the black and silver and then the Famicom red and gold style. There's a shop out there. I don't like stickers. I don't do stuff like that. I don't like decals. I do have an RGB30 that I bought the PlayStation stuff for, so it's got a PlayStation decal, PlayStation buttons. Turned out awesome. You know, even growing up, I didn't put stickers on anything. I didn't care to. However, Sakura Retro Modeling on Etsy, and I'm not trying to plug their shop, but they do have high quality stuff that I enjoy. So this, try not to make it an ad. I don't want to do that. But I want your opinion. So I want to do something with this since it mainly just sits in my collection. And I kind of want to get that for it. That Final Fantasy decal right there. Now, be warned, if I do this, and I'll even make a video, I guess, if I decide to do it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. If I get that, I'm going to slap it on there. It'll be a quick video, of course, because you're just putting a sticker on it. But that'll drive me to want to do that one, too. Get the Famicom style and do a Final Fantasy VI Advanced version. I think that looks so clean on the red. I think that's just, look at that. It's just meant for it. Anyway, so I'm going to get to work so I can get done with my day. I do have tower outages at my job currently, so being the networking guy, I got to get to it before I get bitched at. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. This is the Retro Legion. See you around.